a Labour MP has urged Boris Johnson to steal her plans for tackling climate change and boosting green jobs. McMorrin wants the Prime Minister to adopt policies she put forward for fighting global warming and pumping cash into environmentally friendly industries. At the heart of her blueprint were moves to make it easier to fund solar panels on council houses, help cash-strapped homeowners insulate lofts, and increase wind power. Her bid to convince the government to back her game-changer green share bill flopped in Parliament, but she still hopes some of the measures will make it onto the Statute Book. She told the Mirror, "This is not about opposition being critical for opposition's sake. This was about, here's a solution for you to really transform local communities and make them sustainable and build jobs and skills from the ground up, generating cheaper, greener energy and electricity and sustainable food and farming. They should try and find a way of taking this forward in another way. I want to work with the government to see if we can push this forward using a different mechanism. It's disappointing they didn't take this bill forward to the next stage, but if they want to take parts of this bill and use it to transform our communities, then that's a very good thing." Close quote. Ms. McMorrin's Co-operative and Community Benefit Societies Environmentally Sustainable Investment Bill, known as the Green Share Bill, would have helped small organizations raise cash to invest in green schemes. They often rely on members' cash or borrowing, though they usually have few assets to borrow against. The bill would have made it easier to generate funds by allowing investors to inject money in cooperatives, as long as schemes were environmentally sustainable. This would have allowed really big-scale investment to come in and transform projects, she said. The Cardiff North MP came third in the private members' bill ballot of backbench MPs, meaning it had a realistic chance of becoming law if it had been backed by the government. But despite positive words from ministers, they refused to support it in Parliament. However, Ms. McMorrin hoped the government would use some of her plans in other legislation. "You try and offer solutions and come up with ways forward for the government to be greener, bolder, and about jobs and that much-needed transformation," she said. "They talk a good talk. They like to announce the big projects, the big ideas. But when it comes down to detail and actual delivery, it just isn't there. The climate change emergency is one of the most profound, deepest challenges that is facing us. Post-COVID, this still continues, and it is really threatening every single part of our lives. Most importantly, when we are seeing now an economy, a society that is pretty much on our knees going through this health crisis, what better way is there to help rebuild then? To build back better and greener and more sustainable,